YouTube? I'm Jess. Welcome to a new video. Today we're gonna do a really fun video. On the weekend I was just hanging out watching a bunch of YouTube and I found a new makeup channel that I had never seen before. I clicked on a couple of the makeup tutorials and I was so impressed by them. So today we're gonna follow a Painted by Spencer makeup tutorial. And this tutorial that we're gonna be following in particular is a video that I absolutely fell in love with. He makes mistakes in this video and he talks about how he feels like he should wipe everything off and do it again so that it's perfect for camera. But instead of doing that, he's gonna show everyone how to fix the mistakes. And I think it's really important to show this kind of thing to regular people who aren't makeup artists, because I think a lot of people have this expectation in their heads that a makeup artist is gonna just be able to look at you and perfectly match your foundation, perfectly match your concealer, be able to nail the inspo picture that you have absolutely perfectly. And it's just not really like that. Everything is a process, and especially if it's your first time doing someone's makeup, you're gonna make mistakes, and part of being a makeup artist is knowing how to correct those mistakes and make everything work for your client. So I just love that he left in his mistakes in this video. He also doesn't do as quick of cuts when it comes to blending. So I guess we'll talk about that when he gets to that part of the video, but he just really shows how long it takes to really do makeup. And as a working makeup artist, when I have someone who's telling me they only have 30 minutes for me to do a full glam makeup for a photo shoot, or they want me to allot 30 minutes per person for their wedding party, for their wedding, it is because they see these makeup tutorials on YouTube that take 15 minutes, but it takes a lot longer than that. So we'll see that in this video as well. I'm gonna go ahead and get started. Please make sure you give my video a thumbs up so that more people can see it too, and let's get started.
Hello. Welcome on back to my channel. I hope you guys are all doing well. With us today, we have the beautiful Grace as our model, and she informed me that she loves a full coverage look. She loves makeup, she loves glam, and really, that's kind of what I needed to hear today. I've really been itching to do a full glam look, so that's what we went for. So if you want to learn how I created this look right here, then keep on watching. So to begin, I'm using the Tatcha Dewy Skin Cream and applying this onto Grace's skin using a beauty blender.
I kind of forgot that there was that skincare bit at the beginning of this video, so I already put on my moisturizer. But what I am gonna do, because I know it's not just about applying the moisturizer with the beauty blender, but it's about having that hydrating product on your sponge so that it helps blend the rest of your products into your skin. I'm gonna take a little bit of my Tatcha Luminous Dewy Skin Mist, and I'm just gonna spray this onto my skin and then pat that in with my beauty blender.
Once we have that worked into the skin, I'm then gonna apply foundation, which for today is the Smashbox Studio Skin Full Coverage Foundation. And yes, this is very full coverage. As you can see, this was the closest shade I had to her skin tone, and it's still just a tad bit too light, but once I apply the contour and blend that out, everything will look great. And if you notice, I'm applying this just about everywhere, including the ears, because like myself, Grace's face is pretty fair, so the red undertones really stand out in the ears and the lips and in any blemishes there may be. So being sure to apply foundation to these areas will really help in creating a seamless base. Now, the only place you'll not see me apply this is underneath the eyes.
All right, so I'm gonna use my most full coverage foundation, which is my Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Foundation. This shade is a teeny bit dark for me right now, but we will make that work. I can see that he puts the foundation on the back of his hand, rubs it in, and then applies to the skin before he buffs it in with his sponge. So I'm gonna do the same. I'm avoiding the area around my eyes, which actually I would normally take this product under my eye area because it's so full coverage, and then I would go in with a really lightweight concealer underneath my eyes just to block out any additional darkness that the foundation didn't cover. But he specifically said he's not gonna put product under the eyes. He specifically mentions putting foundation on your ears, which I never do because I don't shower at night, so Then the foundation just sits on my ears all day and all night until the next morning when I shower and can take it off. Of course, if I'm doing makeup for like a photo shoot or a video shoot especially, I'll always make sure to get a client's ears. And then just because my foundation is a little bit too dark for me, I'm gonna take a little bit more on a brush and just add it to my neck as well, just so that we match a little bit better. I'm using freshly cleaned brushes, like just washed them. It's the best.
For concealer, I'm using my tried and true Sensual Skin Enhancer from Kevyn Aucoin. After I saw how the concealer looked on camera, I almost wiped it off and started over because it does look a little too yellow for her, but I figured I can't be the only one who has this issue every once in a while. So I kept it as is, and I will show you later on in the tutorial how I neutralize the yellow undertones with powder.
He's using his most full coverage concealer, which is the Kevyn Aucoin concealer. That stuff is crazy. Literally one of those tiny pots would last you for so long. My most full coverage concealer is my Too Faced Born This Way multi-use sculpting concealer. The one he's using is a cream, this is a liquid. I don't like cream concealers, so I don't have any of those. So I just took a little bit on the back of my hand. I'm gonna use a brush like he did and add it to the same areas where he put his. Then once he has it applied, he goes in again with his sponge and buffs it in.
Chin up a little higher and with a little more confidence, then why not? It's not hurting. It's time to move on to bronzing up the skin. And I'm using the Too Faced Born This Way concealer in the shade Mocha to do this. I'm applying this on using a blush brush to the perimeter of the forehead, the cheekbones, jawline, and nose.
Okay, so now he's going in with the Too Faced Born This Way concealer in a deeper shade for bronzing. I don't have a deeper shade in my Too Faced concealer, so I'm gonna use the Demessa, I say that every time. I'm gonna use the Danessa Myricks Balm Contour instead. And this is the part where he leaves in a bunch of his blending, which is really cool. So I have my little blush brush right here. Go boop, 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 right into the contour. And he starts on her forehead.
And if you're following along at home, the skin should start to look a little something like this. Now, this translucent setting powder from One Size, I'm gonna begin setting the face. I'm starting with the under eye area because that area is quickest to crease. I'm not necessarily baking with this right now.
So I don't have the One Size setting powder, so I'm gonna use Charlotte Tilbury Genius Magic Powder for this. I'm almost out of this, guys, so I'm just trying to use it up now. I also don't have a powder puff. I would love to have one actually, and I would love to use one in my kit, but I don't know how you sanitize them and keep them clean, so that's a mystery for another day. I'm just gonna use a different beauty blender. This one is dry.
Press my powder puff into it and then press it onto the skin.
Just a note as well, this powder that I'm using is not a translucent powder. It does have a tint to it, sort of a yellowy brightening tint. And I don't necessarily have to go in and correct the color of my concealer with a different colored powder, so I'll skip that part when we get to it. I can see there's a tiny bit of powder left in here and I can't get it to come out of the sifter, so I'm just pulling out the sifter with my tweezers so I can get every last drop of powder. See how much is left in there? And that would have all gone to waste. Okay, and so he actually is setting the entire face, which I didn't realize. I thought we were just gonna set the parts where we put concealer. So I am gonna switch to a translucent powder. I'm gonna use the Hourglass Veil powder. This one doesn't have that yellow tint to it, so that I can set the rest of my face without any color.
I'm gonna fill in and shape the brows slowly but surely. I'm really trying to keep as much relevant footage as possible in these tutorials because I don't want to set unrealistic expectations for y'all. I'm not some makeup god using miracle products that with one swipe of this or that the makeup is all done and it's as easy as that. No. It takes time to do this. A lot more time than the 15 or 20 minutes this tutorial is for. We're creating art here. When I'm not filming, it takes me a good hour to an hour and a half to complete a look, sometimes 2 hours. So don't be too hard on yourself if you feel like it's taking you forever to do this. It takes me a little while too. Now with the Benefit Gimme Brow in shade 3, I'm running this through the brow hairs to set them into place and to cover up any foundation or powder that may still be there.
Okay, so next he's gonna go in with this beautiful Bobbi Brown eyeshadow that I don't have any eyeshadows similar to that color. The product that I have that is the most similar in shade is actually the bronzer from the Charlotte Tilbury Film Star Bronze and Glow palette. So I'm gonna use that instead of an eyeshadow. It's the same thing.
It really just gives depth to the crease and gives the eye a little shape.
No eye primer. So next he's going in with a olive green shade from his Makeup by Mario palette, which I don't have that palette. So what I'm gonna do is mix together this one and this one in my Natasha Denona palette. His looks like it has a little bit of a gold reflect to it. So this is more of a matte olive green. This is like a greeny gold. So I'm gonna mix those two together to try and create the same shade that he's using. I'm gonna spray my brush with some setting spray. I feel like this color is actually really similar. Kind of nailed it. I'm nervous to blend it because I'm gonna start getting all this fallout from the Natasha Denona shadows.
Now heading back to the first shadow I used from Bobbi Brown, I'm gonna run this beneath the lower lash line. I'm next dipping back into the metallic eyeshadow and blending this out. Of course, you can blend this down as much as you'd like. I love a really blown out smoky eye, so I'm not too afraid to bring it downwards. And for a little extra drama, I'm applying the smallest amount of black eyeshadow just to the outer corner.
I feel like my black is a lot more pigmented than the one that he's using, so I'm applying it with the first brush and then going in with a second brush just to kind of blend it out a bit more and soften it, so that it matches his a bit better.
Next, with this black gel liner pencil from One Size, I'm going to line the waterline and even tightline with this pencil too. Lastly, with this pencil, I'm running this along the upper lash line. I'm not too worried about getting it too perfect since I'll next be going in with a small detail brush to smudge it out. So with the brush I used to blend in the Bobbi Brown shadow, I'm going over the edges to make sure everything is blended and diffused. I didn't dip into more shadow, I'm just using whatever I have left on here. Now with this Kush mascara from Milk Makeup, I'm gonna run this through the lashes.
This is what happens when you try to watch a video, film a video, do your makeup, all at the same time. Ugh. I feel like wearing some nice, pretty, dramatic lashes today, so I'm gonna go in with these ones from Huda Beauty. These are the Samantha Lash.
I'm heading back to our setting powder and running this along the jawline right underneath the bronzer. I'll leave this on for a few minutes and this will really help sharpen that contour line. And I'm doing the very same thing up on the high points of the cheekbones right underneath the eyeshadow.
Okay, so this part, again, I'm gonna use my dry beauty sponge and I'm gonna go back in with this Charlotte Tilbury powder and just mimic what he's doing here. Ooh, I like that. That's really nice. Okay, let's see if I can get this mascara off. It looks like he used a little bit more of a tapered shape for his blush brush. I'm gonna use this one from Charlotte Tilbury. This is Love Glow. It looks like a really similar shade. So the blush won't apply in the areas where I put down that powder to bake here. Did he blend his away yet? Yeah, okay, so it looks like he actually blended away the powder. He said he was gonna leave the powder here underneath the cheekbone for a while just to bake, and then he added that little bit near the eyeshadow as well. And then it looks like before he went in with the blush, he actually blended this powder away, but left this powder here. He just didn't say that, because my blush isn't isn't going on properly because of that now. Let me just blend away that loose powder. And then I'm just gonna try again to kind of get some blush up here. That's better actually. Yeah, it's working way better. Okay. And he says like he goes pretty heavy-handed with it, so let me just do a little bit more than I would normally do. I feel like the foundation on my nose is separating. I like to take a powder on a brush and really pack it into my foundation to set that area. Using the sponge to set didn't seem to really do a great job.
I'm gonna head on over to the Soft and Gentle highlighter from MAC to bring some glow back to the skin. I'm applying this onto the high points of her cheekbones, the brow bone, down the center of the nose, and Cupid's bow.
And I used to have MAC Soft and Gentle, but I don't anymore. So I think I'll just use the highlight that's in the Charlotte Tilbury Film Star Bronze and Glow palette because I have it sitting right here.
Now that we've given the lash glue some time to dry, I'm running the Milk Makeup Mascara through the upper lashes one last time, and this will assure that her natural lashes and the false lashes are bonded together and that there's no gap in between.
Okay, so I'm actually not gonna do this to my lashes because I like to reuse my lashes, and when I put mascara on top of them, it dramatically reduces the amount of times that I can rewear them. So I'm just gonna skip this step just so that I can save my lashes. This I can do. Hopefully my lash glue is dry enough. I really get nervous doing this. I don't usually do that because I don't love that look on myself of the lashes like super curled and pushed up. What do you guys think? All right, and then a little bit of mascara on the lower lashes. And he's applying it with the brush vertically. This is something that a lot of makeup artists do to apply mascara to lower lashes. I never really like applying my mascara like this or doing it on clients because I feel like it gets so clumpy. I feel like when you turn the wand horizontally and comb through your lashes, you get rid of a lot of those clumps. But we're following his tutorial. Oh God, I just got mascara all over my lower lash line. Oh God, okay, let's concentrate here.
So now that the eyes are complete, we're gonna finish off this look with the lips. The first lip color I'm using is a liquid lipstick from Anastasia Beverly Hills in the shade Allison. And as usual, I'm using a liquid lipstick to line the lips. Am I the only one who does this? I find using a liquid lipstick way easier to line the lips with than a pencil. It just glides on smoother, the lines are crisp, and it's long lasting.
Okay, he does his lip liner with liquid lipstick, which is really interesting. I've never seen that before. I don't even have a lip brush in my personal brushes because I just never use a lip brush on myself, but I do use them on my clients. So let me just go grab one out of my kit. So I don't have anything that dark and brown. The closest thing I have is this one right here from Charlotte Tilbury. This is called Best Actress. So I'm gonna give this one a try. I'm just gonna put the liquid lipstick on the back of my hand here and then go in with my lip brush and let's give this a go. I feel like things could really fall apart here, guys. I don't know. Let's see what happens. Okay, that was not as hard as I thought it was gonna be. It was really hard to get my Cupid's bow, but I don't think it looks terrible. Next, he's going in with more of a like baby pink, so I'm gonna use Dolly Bird in the Charlotte Tilbury lipstick. Okay, wow, I feel like this is actually working really well. Okay, there's the lip. Could be better, could be worse. And then he's using this kind of pinky, shimmery gloss So I'm gonna use this one from Charlotte Tilbury. This is Blondie.
And the last product I'm using today is the All-Nighter Setting Spray from Urban Decay to set and lock the makeup into place.
So I just realized we still haven't blended away this powder underneath my jaw, and I just sprayed my face with setting spray. So I guess they cut that part out. Or did I just miss it? I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna let this setting spray sit, and then I'm gonna use this duo fiber brush to try and brush away that powder. Okay, how is my posing? I tried to copy her. Here is the finished makeup. What do we think? My skin looks super glowy, which I love. I feel like her eyes are a little bit darker and a little bit smokier. That will come down to the specific shades that he used, especially the brown, Bobbi Brown shade that he had. I think my bronzer was just a little bit too light of a shade. It could have gone a little bit darker to really like smoke that all out. But I really like the way my cheekbones look, the way that powder really cut out and carved out my cheekbone. I really liked cleaning up the eyeshadow with that too. Normally I'll do that with concealer, so I'll take my concealer and clean up that area, but I feel like the powder just made it really soft and kept that shadow looking nice and smoky on that outside corner there. So I might actually start doing that instead. My bronzer also blended out a lot more than his did. So when I first put it on, I was like, oh, this is so much darker than hers. I thought it looks like in the final pictures that she has a powder bronzer on top of that cream bronzer. He didn't do that step, so I feel like I could use a little bit more bronzer just to make the look more like hers. And again, that's going to come down to the shade that he used for his bronzing. But yeah, I love this kind of olivey green smoky eye. It's something really different. I feel like normally I would do a gold or a silver in a look like this, so using the green and having that green kind of sparkly look is really pretty and something really different. So let me know down below in the comments section what you guys think. How did I do? How do you like his video? Definitely go and check out his other videos if you haven't yet. They're some of the best makeup tutorials that I've seen online recently. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.